This is Vinyl Voices Radio. ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Goodman.
Jesse Sandehan. I think over the years, Lettuce has been sort of this bridge from like the old school funk, especially stuff that I grew up with, to, really enveloping more of today's sounds with hip hop and, jazz, a bunch of different things that you guys do. So I'm interested in where you see funk headed from here. What's kind of the next thing, since you guys were, like a big bridge to sort of bring funk into this new era. What's the next thing? Have you guys seen it out there? Are you part of it?
I mean, I think we're part of it in the sense of like going back in time and paying attention to prioritizing what's important. And just because we've gotten it a little bit right, I feel like there's people that can get it even more right. I honestly feel like it's still, the future is digging in further and getting that discipline on those parts and like really getting it all the way right, just simplicity. And I don't know, that's what I think. But what do you think, Shmeeans?
I think the future is the children, the younger people out there. We at one point were the kids who were dying to listen to this Tower of Power song, or discovering where the samples came from in the hip hop generation. And I feel like that's kind of what you hear from us in that,
Sure.
which is that, we did grow up in the golden era of hip hop, right? What it's referred to now.
Yeah.
And there was no internet back then. And we were, searching the crates and the record stores and trying to find like, oh my God, that's where this came from.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you could just go on to YouTube and type it in and have someone tell you exactly what it is. You actually had to go discover or talk to your friend about it who did their discovery and kind of like meld your knowledge together. And so, I feel like now the future are these young, incredible musicians who are coming up and have the entirety of every resource at their fingertips, every piece of musical knowledge and, discipline. And you see some of the most talented young people you've ever seen in your life before today. Yeah. And this is without music being in most schools now. And, these, it's just when you decide that this is what you love, and I am just going to dive as deep as they possibly can.
Right.
You're just watching some really incredible stuff happen, and they're the future to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take your time, kids.
It's yours. It ain't going to be ours for much longer. I'll tell you that.
And they said, what was the guy who told us, like, George Benson said he practiced the instrument. You're like, why do you practice? He said, I practice because I like the sounds. I like the sounds that it makes when I play it. Like, I love hearing it, so I just keep practicing. It's kind of like digging deep, like he said, digging all the way deep, because it's a vast well, music is, and it will never let you down.
Jesus, Deitch, Zoidus, and myself, we've known each other since we've been 16 years old. And meeting Adam, who he was saying is like one of the most prolific writers, and he's been this since the day that I've met him, right?
Constantly writing.
Yeah.
Couple songs a day.
And just his influence on me as far as like production and how to approach some of the technology that was coming out at that time, changed who I am as a writer, as a musician. And, I kind of feel like just his enthusiasm and love for music is so contagious to be around. And, and it just makes us, better. It makes anyone around him like kind of a better musician in a way. And then like you meet his family and you kind of understand it, and you meet his mom and his dad and be like, oh yeah, it's like, and you too, man, your dad. And I didn't necessarily grow up with my direct parents being professional musicians as opposed to these guys.
But like my dad is probably most likely writing a song right now, working on like the fourth verse and fixing a couple of words.
Yeah.
Most likely right now. He was doing it yesterday. He's always got, he's just writing songs. At his age, 77, he just can't stop. And it's like, it's something interesting. Honestly, when I'm walking around, I'll just be walking around blank-headed, nothing up here whatsoever. Not really. But, and then it'll just blast like a radio turned on inside my head, and they hear the whole song with all the orchestration. That's brand new composition. I'm thinking, sometimes it'll happen where I don't notice I'm singing this song. I'm like, what am I singing? I'm like, oh, this is all original. Like, I'm making this all up, or it's coming through somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't take credit for it. It feels like you're like tuning in to the outer space frequencies.
Those kids that you're talking about just getting out and playing, they do have all those resources. It's not like, they had to go to the music school to get it accomplished. And so to hear you guys kind of just mention that is a really good resource and promising for the future of not just funk, but all music.
All music, man.
Yeah. The future of humanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because music is tied to that.
Yeah, it is. Like, music is when we express our emotions, and the part of it I don't really understand is that somehow emotions and feelings get attached to it. That the way music can bring up emotions and feelings and memories is just like remarkable to me. I'm not sure how those feelings get attached to the frequencies or how they do that or how it works, but I think it's really important that humans make music,
For sure.
And we can always program computers. We all listen to a lot of computer programmed music, and we all love just about every genre, from like brand new 2024 music, like whatever it might be, to old school 74 all instruments. It's just like, I feel like it's important to learn a craft, and maybe even to say that just because something's simple doesn't mean it's not effective. And it's not affecting people around you. Like your simple smile or your simple being kind to someone, it might be going a lot further than you think.
Yeah. Keep it simple. That's kind of the theme of this show. It sounds like so.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the form? Let's get into it.
Bye.